my phone off twice and then reload it. So anyway, I'm live streaming through HAPS, HAPPS. So please download the app. It's free to download and follow me, Aidan Leeds. My name's Aidan and I live here in Leeds. And this is a town called Morley, as you can see where I live. And this is Morley Bottoms down there. And then we have this hill, because Morley's actually built on 7 hills, and the actual bar down there is called 7 Hills. And I just noticed on Sunday, next Sunday, there's actually if you're in the Leeds area and want to come up to Morley, come to an event there. There's going to be a singer on, and I don't know if it's for charity or not, but it does look really good, and I'm tempted to go. So that's next Sunday. I don't know what time. I think it's in the evening. But anyway, we're going to have what I normally do is I walk up here, sometimes walk all the way to the top. There's the Morley Town Hall. But if we walk up here, we can go through this park. And yeah, some of the flowers are coming out, so that's why I wanted to come on and show you some of the flowers, as you can see there. Now, a lot of the flowers are actually already grown in like a big, what do they call them? There's a place in Leeds where they grow all the flowers. So they're all quite grown all year round, which is really good. And then they just plant them. So definitely a good investment for the city to see lots of flowers around. So normally here we see a lot of squirrels. So we might have I've got about a 15-minute wait actually. So what I will do is I'll just hang around here for a bit, see if any squirrels come about, just see who comes on, and we'll move up there. We'll move up that side, and then we'll have a walk through the park, and then I'm going to go get some lunch because I'm feeling a little bit peckish today. So I don't know what to have. Maybe I might have a burger or something. But I'm going to go to a local. It's a pub. You hear me mention this pub a lot. A lot of people know where it is. And in most towns, it actually have one of these pubs. If you can guess what it is, put it in the chat below. But also as well, this street. If you watched a famous, is a guy it's called Danny, and he does rate my takeaway. And it'd be funny if it was behind me now. But he did his Christmas video, and it went viral, and it was just here. So there's just a bit higher up, there's a place called Nigella's, and they do afternoon teas and cakes and pastries and so many great stuff. I've never been to it, but yeah, they do really well. So I've got a few people coming through on Reddit by the looks of it. So I am connected to Reddit. I should say, make sure to follow the Reddit news account, and also follow my own Reddit account, which is Aidan Leeds with a 1 at the end. So if you can find me on Reddit, you can click on the link tree now though, and it takes you straight to Reddit. I added it on, I think. So good morning, Melanie. Good to see you. Oh, it's afternoon. Yes, it's afternoon now. So we just sat in my favourite spot. But look, I've noticed. Look at the bottom here. 1 tree, 2 trees. So they're actually them trees are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and over the next 10 years, 20 years, this view is going to change dramatically. So you won't be able to see. I thought that was my dad walking down then, and I thought, no, I've got another 10 minutes yet. So, but it's beautiful. I love this town. I love the town, the people here in Morley. You see the St Mary's Church up there. Fortunately, that had a fire about 20 years ago, and they've never repaired it. So maybe one day, let's get Channel 4 into Morley, and let's have a challenge to renovate that church. Wouldn't that be a great project for this town? I would love that. Let's all hashtag at Channel 4 and get them to renovate. Let's give them a project. They love projects like building and excavating and doing things up and history. So let's bring that church back into life. Wouldn't that be amazing? So I'm going to give it 3 more minutes. We'll head up to this other bench just a little bit higher up. But at one point, there used to be all trams on here. So there'd be trams going up to the top and into the town. And also actually under all this concrete on the road, there's actually, they're all cobbled streets. So all this underneath is all cobbled streets. So sometimes it's nice to come up a bit higher up to see where I live. There's a few people coming out of the hairdressers. I don't want them to think that I'm filming them. so we can pretend that I'm on a, a FaceTime call or something, because people can see you, and if you're walking down that hill, you can see me a mile away. So, how are you, Melanie, today? It's good to see you. So, I was going to come. I'm going to come live later tonight, and we're going to finish off the story from World Book Day. So we're going to see what happens to Grandma in the story. So make sure you tune in for that later. Where he was. Well, it's funny because actually this road here, is actually shut off at the bottom, but they're meant to reopen this area to traffic. Well, for buses. I think buses can come up here, but if you're coming down, you can't. I think you can only turn left. So if you're coming down here in the future, down this road, you can only turn left. You can't turn right, which is a bit silly towards the train station, I think. Something like that. So how does it take to get from Morley to Leeds? So on a bus, it probably takes about 20 minutes or 15 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes on a bus and about 12 minutes on the train, but you've got to walk to the train station as well. So it's not far. It's sort of like the next town from Leeds. But some people actually have got off at Morley Station and they walked up from the station thinking they were, Ellen Road, and it's like a half an hour walk down the hill to Ellen Road. So because it's on a hill, you see, so not far. Right, so let's go over to this other side. You see the town hall. You've seen me show the town hall before. I might have to come live on TikTok, but the only problem with that is when I come live on TikTok, people know where I am. And if they live in the area, they'll like, hi, good to see you. Right, we're going to sit on this bench now and just see if we can find any squirrels. So we're on Squirrel Watch. Are you on Twitch, Melanie? Yeah, you're on Twitch. Come on to Haps if you can come on to Haps. Oh, it's a bit chilly today, though. Another view there, look. So this was the spot where we saw the squirrels, if you remember, and the squirrels were climbing around. So we're on Squirrel Watch just for the next 5 minutes until I get a message saying when parents have arrived, because we're going to go for some lunch, have a catch up, do a bit of shopping, and yeah, it should be a nice day. It's a bit chilly for squirrels. Yeah. Tell you something, Melanie, I'm loving the 9 o'clocks. I absolutely loving that time because I feel like it's not ready. So when I used to watch Melanie's broadcast, she comes live and does poetry at 9 p.m. now, but it used to be at 10 p.m. And I used to come off a broadcast and be like really wide awake because you sort of do feel like that, don't you, when you're socialising? You think, oh, I want to keep socialising. But now it's 9 o'clock. I have that sort of socialising time. And then I sort of have time to relax a little bit and then get ready, then go to bed. So, because I'm usually in bed for about 11 o'clock. But before, I used to actually stay up longer and I'd be going to bed about 12:30. So, Melanie's back. I'll have to repeat that again, won't I? Oh, somebody's got a camper van up there. I don't know if you can see it. Look. Just there, look. See the camper van with the people? That is the sort of camper van I would absolutely love to have. But it's not going to happen because, number one, I don't drive. So there's no chance I could ever drive one. But I wouldn't mind actually owning a caravan, but then I wouldn't want to pay all these extra fees for land sites and things. But so I was looking at caravans. I was thinking, right, where should we go to? There was a really good deal actually, and then there might be some left. If you live in the Kent area or you live in London and you want to go to a caravan in June, because I posted this on the this huge website that goes out to thousands and thousands of people, with a group called Haven, which I stayed in before. In Kent, you can stay for 4 nights in a caravan. It's not like the old style caravans. These are new caravans. They've got electricity and wow, amazing, and gas. And it's probably cheaper to stay in one for 4 nights in June than it would be to stay in your own house because of the gas prices. But guess how much? £69. And some people were actually getting discount because they had a student card or something, or like some sort of deal that they got and they got an extra £20 off. So £49 for 4 nights in a caravan in Kent. That's just outside of London. You can stay there and get on the tube and end up in London in like 25 minutes. Crazy prices. But for me, I was tempted to go. Actually, I could have easily got a coach down. I might still go. What do you think? Shall I go down there in June? I don't want to know, Dirty Chris. I don't want to know. But thank you for coming in anyway to the broadcast. It all helps the viewer numbers. So, right, I'm just going to check. Okay, I've got about another 5-10 minutes yet. I just think. So yeah, I'm going to get some lunch. I might get a burger today because you get a drink. So I'm gonna have an alcoholic beverage today. I sound very posh, don't I, when I say that? An alcoholic beverage. It's funny if you say an alcoholic beverage, or if you say a beer. It's like two separate things. Right, should we walk through the park then? There's no squirrels, sorry. No squirrels in the trees or anything. But hopefully in the next couple of weeks, in about 2 or 3 weeks' time, it should be a bit warmer and we'll come back up here and there should be loads of flowers and there'll be a lot of pollen in the air. That's the only problem. A lot of people sneezing around but yeah, it's a beautiful place, Morley. If you've never been before, come and visit. As I said, this is the lower part of Morley Bottoms. And if I opened a bar here in Morley, I would call it Bottoms Up. Bottoms Up. It seems to have, that would be a really good name for a bar, I think. Yeah, they're probably sleeping. Should we walk through the park then? You've seen me walk through the park a few times, but I need to head up into the town because the bus actually is arriving right now, so they're about 10 minutes away. So I'll give it a few more minutes, give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll walk through the park, and then I'll end the broadcast. So, but yeah, it's nice and calm. And do you want to see me today? I've got my same hat on. There we go. Hello, everyone. I'm very shiny today for some reason. There we go. See the house behind? Well, it's not a house. It used to own the house behind. Used to be owned by a family called the Scatcherd family, and that's why the park's called Scatcherd Park. You can't really see it, but I've shown you it before. See that side? There it is. Just there. I've shown you it before. So it's a sort of. You look like you're being polished. Oh, thanks, Melanie. I did have a little bit of a shave though, so. But at least they're a little bit tidy. Yeah, polished. I like that word, polished. I know you were joking. But yeah, that would be amazing. That was a great idea for that church. Channel 4 should renovate that church. I'm on a mission to get it repaired because I think it would be an absolute asset to this town. It was something that was lost. Obviously I used to come here as a child shopping, and so I probably came up here when the church was there, but I think it was an abandoned church, so I don't think it was in operation, and then obviously there was a fire which just destroyed it all. But I think it's a massive project that would be amazing. Oh, we found him. Squirrel there. He's there. That was just for you, Melanie. You see the squirrel? He might come and see us. Oh, he's gone up there now. Did you see him? Let's get a bit closer. Oh, he see me now. Someone's dropped a pen on the floor. He's gone now. But we did see him. I tell you what, I've got good eyesight. I tell you. I've got good eyesight. Anything that moves, literally, I'm just like, I see it. But yeah, he was there. He wasn't in the tree. He's just gone into the bushes. He came up here. He then do, and then he ran into the bushes. But that house gets loads. Let's have a little walk round. Yeah, this is the house up here. Look at the old lamp. I love the old lamp. Yeah, you're in real old time Yorkshire up here. It's like being on the set of Did you hear about that? Well, I told you this, Melanie. You know Dalton Fire, the Dalton Mills in Keighley. Couldn't believe it. It was on the news yesterday. They reckon it's going to actually cave in, so they won't actually be able to salvage it. So, hi Jay, good to see you, my friend. Welcome to my neck of the woods. Yeah, they should they need to do that church. I've said for years that they need to. So Channel 4, let's get on it, please. I can show you. I think there's a lot of cars in there. Oh, he's doing his work. Do I have my wellies on? It's not that wet, Jay, to be honest with you. We don't actually wear. I think that's a big myth about those in the UK, is that we all wear wellies. And like, if you're on a farm, if you're gonna be doing like work, you know, like cleaning sheep, you know, and not cleaning sheep, but you know, feeding sheep, feeding all the animals, and it's very muddy, then you would. A beautiful tree there. Then you would wear wellies, but no wellies. But yes, I just wanted to show you that house. It's an amazing place. I will walk back round, and then I'm going to head around the park, and then I'm going to end the broadcast. So I will come on again later tonight. I'm going to read the poem, not poem. I've got poems on the brain. I'm going to read the rest of the book, the World Book. Hopefully there won't be too many chapters. Hopefully we'll find out what happens to Grandma. You're all wondering what's happening to Grandma. Oh, it is a bit muddy on here. And look, I've got my crisp white shoes on. So I'm going to have to be very careful. Let's go through the park. Mr. Squirrel's not there anymore. Let's see what flowers there are. So it's only going to be a short broadcast when I get to the park. Because with it being the weekend, there's a thing I just do not film when there's children about. I don't do it. I find if there's ever one person that would say something, it would like be a disaster. So put the camera down just a second. Oh, let's walk down here actually. We'll go this way. No squirrels though. Well, we saw one squirrel. This used to be a path, but I don't think people walk down this one anymore. See all the... Oh, look. Oh, you definitely can't go down there. Someone's getting across the road. Oh, there's not. It's going the other way. So we sat there and looked over. Would you come? You'd have to come and visit, Jay. Come to London. Come and visit the city centre of Leeds. And then you can come and see me. Come and view the old town. There's loads of old Yorkshire towns, though. Let's walk through here. Bit grey today, though. Oh, we've got some flowers. Are they flowers? No, they're poppies. I'll show you the poppies, look. They've really cut all this back. Ready for spring. Look at all these poppies. Look, these, Melanie. Wow. They must have had that up near the... It's not called a cenotaph. There's a different name for it. Like memorial. What's the name? Got some flowers here, look. These are similar to the other ones. Look, I love that little white one there, look. Aren't they pretty? They're going to be thinking, what on earth am I doing? It's a very Victorian town. A lot of Leeds is Victorian because it was built up from the cloth industry and the cotton industry, you know, the cloth. So that's why a lot of mills are down by the canals, and you know, a lot of train stations where all the items were shipped. There's Queen Victoria there. Let me show you. Let's go up the steps. And then I'm really kind of going to have to end this broadcast because my parents will be here soon. I'll just take a picture there. I can't zoom in on here anymore. You've seen me show that loads of times. It's the what is the War Memorial, look. Here's the new signs. That's the old picture, look. Look at all the people. But I was stood here when it was the 100 years. So in 2018. There you go, it was 1927 when this was unveiled. So that picture must have been from the 1927. But it was a completely different park back then. There were lots of